Hi everybody, HCM1143 Chapter 13, and this is the last chapter that we will use in this book for this course, so bear with me. Okay, so the entire chapter has a whole lot to do with public policy and the regulation of healthcare. Now, public policy is anything that is a rule that shapes the way that something is done or your behavior within a realm that is put upon you by the legislative, the judicial, or the executive branch. So know what you're dealing with. Wherever you wind up getting a job and you start to build your career, look to see who can impact you, because there are probably multiple boards and multiple departments that have something to say about your profession. You, as an administrator, you're always going to deal with the labor department. You're going to have to know all of the rules that have to do with human relations and how to treat an employee and how you can't treat an employee. You're also going to have to know about HIPAA, the privacy of patient information. You're going to have to know all about those kinds of, that's federal law. So you have state and federal laws that you're going to have to know. You will probably have the clinical care in health policy is typically handled by licensure. Doctors can do what doctors are licensed to do, and their rules for governance are based in their licensure. Same things goes for nurses. Now, you may say, well, most of the people here aren't licensed. They're certified medication aides, certified nursing aides, that kind of thing. Those are a great deal of the direct care workforce. But actually, they are underneath the license of who has delegated their task. For those particular individual, they're working under the licensure of the RN who has signed the care plan, and all of their actions are accountable to that care plan and to that nurse's licensure. There's always going to be facilities also have realms of regulation. Typically in this state, they'll be overseen by the Department of Human Services or the Department of Health. And those departments are enabled by the legislature to make rules that affect the behavior of the entities underneath them. So that there's enacting legislation for everything, for nursing homes, for assisted living hospitals. All of them have enacting legislations that says this entity can be licensed. This is how. This department will tell them the details of how to get it done. Know what department is over you. It's the one that inspects you typically. And know what their rules are. You can always find them on a website, looking up if you go to the Department of Health and you look up any entity, it will give you the rules. For instance, there's home care rules, there's residential care rules, there's nursing home rules. All of those are on the Department of Health's websites and can tell you exactly what you are mandated to do by state regulation. And what you will be held accountable for if they come in. Okay, now there are two main reasons why, two main realms of influence for regulation. That's all I can say. One of them is determining your behavior. That's absolutely one. What you can do, what you can't do. The second one is the allocation of services. So just like we talked about in the past, Medicaid is a federal program that is administered by the state. Well, that has to have enacting legislation to say how that's done and who's going to oversee it, healthcare authority, and how they're going to do it. So those are the two main reasons, the two main roles of health policy in healthcare. So as you move through this chapter, something you're not going to read, but something I will always give to you is make sure you know who is responsible in your arena. There are always watchdog groups that you can join. I used to be the director of one of them that would watch the legislature and the health department and tell the industry what is going on so that they can react to that. I'd have them call your senator today and tell them to vote no on this because it will have this effect on your on your daily life. Keep in mind, your daily life can be changed by any new regulation or law. Something that you could do just fine yesterday all of a sudden becomes against a regulation and can no longer be done. So keep in mind, you do not want to turn a blind eye to what is going on in the advocacy arena of healthcare. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video.